the Wood Brothers, good morning.
Morning.
Come and join me.
Good morning.
Super solid.
Thank you.
It sounds, you're with three, but it sounds like there's almost a ghost member in this band. Sounds
Ghost Wood.
Yeah, a ghost wood. Wood Brothers, and you guys are actual brothers.
We are.
Yep, the blonde ones.
Yeah, Chris and Oliver. What is it like to be siblings in a band?
Well, it's pretty great. We have a family business and we have a family creative outlet. And we didn't start together. We started playing in other bands and we moved apart for a long time. And we grew apart as brothers too. So it was a way that we could do something together that we both loved. So it's pretty great.
Oh.
And now we have a spiritual brother here with Jano. So
I was gonna ask
it's a little
that.
family.
Yes, you're the. How did you become the third Wood brother?
How'd that happen? I was orphaned and he picked me up.
Kidnapping.
I met him on the road and we got to talking about music, and he heard me play, and it all worked out.
According to you guys, it's your most honest, most pure and independent album so far, and it's your 10th album. So it makes me wonder, what makes this album so pure and so honest compared to the previous 9, for example?
Well, I think it had a lot to do with how we made the record. Most of the time, artists, when they go to make a record, they feel like they have to write all of these songs and finish that part, and then go into the studio and record all of the songs at once. And it's very overwhelming. It's why people get producers and just to help, because, as an artist, you can get lost in the process. So what we did is just did one song at a time. We wrote a song, and then we go into the studio, and then we'd forget about it, and then we'd try another song, and it felt more a little bit at a time, and experimental and fun. Like we just had organic. Yeah, we had more fun with it because it didn't feel like so much pressure to do so many songs at once. Okay. And we could experiment more.
And that's where the purity and the honesty
Well, and also
comes.
because we self-produced it, and we just felt that was the best way to do it, is to do a little work on a song and then forget about it and let time go by so that we can hear it with fresh ears. I think that's the hardest thing. And nobody else has opinions, or it's just us.
There was no one else's money or opinions involved. And so it was just us doing what we wanted to do. And that was really fun. If nothing else, it was our most enjoyable record.
But that's kind of, not everyone can actually do that. I mean, as in, it's quite a luxury to be able to produce, to write a song, and then go into the studio whenever you feel like it.
We've earned it from years of
We live in Nashville, Tennessee. That Nashville, is famous for being a music city, and one of the benefits is there's so many studios, and there's a lot of small, relatively inexpensive studios.
Okay.
But they're good studios. They're still good. You can still make a record there, and it sounds great. So you can go in there and to try out a song, but if it turns out good, you've just recorded the final version.
I see.
So
it's a good thing to be from Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the album, One Drop of Truth. What would be like the Wood Brother signature or sound, something that prevails throughout time, throughout those 10 albums? If you had to, I don't know, say it in like a few sentences, like, that's us. That's really always us.
Very difficult. We usually rely on journalists to come up with that.
Yes, but I'm asking you now, because, you're the one making it.
We don't think what our music's called. Or
no. But
so
what is driving you always? What's like that red thread?
Well, I don't know if this answers it directly, but I feel like, as with any band, we take influences that lots of other people take too, but we make our own recipe. So I think it's just the wood stew.
The wood stew.
We just call it
a
stew because it's not like a perfect recipe that we know exactly the rules. It's just like, let's try a little of that. No, everybody does that, and we just try to find our own voice. I think it's just our voice as a group,
Yeah. Yeah, that answers it.
Yeah, we don't fit easily into a genre, which is not necessarily good for business, but creatively it leaves a lot of interesting places to go for us. When Oliver and I very, very in the early days started out just as a duo, and I was coming from more of a jazz background in some ways and blues, and I thought, what if Charles Mingus and Robert Johnson started a band?
Wow.
You know, just as a little thought experiment, you know. And it's always been, I think, that openness of drawing and not being afraid to draw from all kinds of influences.
That makes, yeah, maybe...
And yet still, it has this, for us, this American flavor that, like, there's certain roots music in American music, but it's all influenced from other places,
Yeah,
Africa and all kinds of places.
I get it. I get it. Nice. We're going to listen to one last song, Happiness Jones, which comes with a very funny video, I should say, where Chris, you unfold yourself into a dancer while you are like singing in a very serious way. It's really funny to see.
Serious.
It's very serious. We're gonna listen to that song. I think I'm just gonna let it to the audience to see that clip and see what happens when we get a little Happiness Jones from the Wood Brothers.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks.